What is the best motorcycle for RV life? Is there a motorcycle that is the best for RV life? I got to thinking about this because I just recently watched a video of a YouTuber who's popular in the RV community, and he just has a new motorcycle he was showing, and he kind of was saying that he feels is the best motorcycle for RV life. Well, it's kind of subjective, I think, and it's kind of like photography. People always say, what's the best camera? Really, it's the one that's in your hand. It's the one that you're comfortable with. That, it could be your cell phone, or it could be an expensive Canon or Nikon. That's the way I feel about motorcycles as far as RV life or living on the road. It's really what suits you best. But I think there are some things that you should want in a motorcycle. When you're traveling in your RV, your van, your converted bus, whatever vehicle it is, you usually carry maybe a mountain bike, a canoe or kayak. Sometimes you're pulling a small car, a Jeep, something behind it. Or you might have a motorcycle. And the whole reason is so that you can park your RV somewhere and then use whatever vehicle you've got. If you want to go out on the lake somewhere, if you want to go on a trail, if you want to go four-wheeling, or you want to ride your motorcycle, either around the campground or maybe in a nearby town that you want to go explore. So that's really why you would have it. And to me, the ideal motorcycle isn't a big bike, and that's because of weight and size and having to load and unload it. It can be pretty tough if you've got a big Harley or Honda Goldwing or some big touring type bike. So you want something that's small, that's lightweight. You want something that's reliable and easy to work on if it breaks down. And I think one criteria that I think is kind of necessary is you want something that you can ride on a dirt road, around, like I said, the campground, something that you can ride into town, also on the street. So kind of a dual sport bike would probably be the best kind of bike to carry behind an RV. So as I mentioned, this YouTuber was talking about his Honda Grom, street bike. It's only a street bike. You can't take it out in the dirt, off-road. If you're out camping in the desert or in the forest somewhere, you can't take it down a Forest Service road, to go exploring. Now, Honda makes another bike, exactly the same specs as this bike that he got, this Honda Grom. It's called a Honda Monkey, and it's kind of like a little I guess, dual sport type bike. When you buy it, it does come with street tires, but you can swap them out. It's set up where you can put on tires that allow you to ride on the pavement or on the dirt. And Honda, even in their advertising, mentions that this is, the perfect kind of behind the RV or behind the motorhome bike that you can carry. It's a good size, 125cc. It's got plenty of power, and like I said, it's set up where you can ride it on and off road. It's easy to load up behind an RV or van or whatever you're driving. And I think that would have been a better choice. It doesn't look like a little, racing or sport bike, little street bike. It looks more like, and it is a retro look, more like the old style. And I'll show you now my bike that I carry behind my van, which is similar to this Honda Monkey. So this is the motorcycle that I carry behind my van. This is a 1975 Honda ST90. It's a little trail bike, and it was really made, ideally, I think, for carrying behind motorhomes or RVs. The steering wheel, or the handlebars, fold down or out of the way. I can pull this lever and turn them sideways if it's up against the van. I really don't need to, though. I can leave them like it is, and plenty of room. But this is what I would say, not the perfect motorcycle for an RV. I think that's up to the individual. but I think it has a lot of the characteristics, a lot of the traits that I think you would want in a little bike that you could take behind you out on your adventures. It's lightweight, it's a 90cc, so it's not real powerful, but it's got great torque, good for climbing, decent sized dirt roads or paved roads. It is a 3-speed, no clutch, you just shift without having to pull in the clutch. It is carbureted, but it's also got a setting for higher altitudes. So if I'm down in the desert, I can have it set up, and then if I go up north in the forest, I just pull a little knob and it adjusts for the higher altitude. And it is reliable. That's the one thing that I think when you're looking at a motorcycle you really should look for. Something that's got a good track record, that's easy to work on should you have problems. Like I said, this is a 1975 and it's still running. Starts up almost every time. If I do have a problem starting it up, usually I just have to pull the spark plug out, clean it, put it back in, and it starts back up. So to me, this is kind of, when I think of RVing, kind of what I would want behind it. Something that's like this, or maybe even a moped, or something that is really, you can take on a gravel road like this, or on a paved road. I've used this in campgrounds. I've used it out on the road when the van broke down and I'm sitting on a frontage road next to a highway. I've pulled this off and ridden it 20 miles into the next town to get a part. When the van's been in the shop, when I'm on the road, I've taken this and gone to a store or nearby restaurant. It is not something you'd want to take out on a real busy road or out on a highway. It just doesn't have the power for that or the gearing for it. It does though have the speedometer, lights. It's pretty much what I like when I'm out on the road. It's not so heavy that I can't easily roll it up the ramp. It sits on the carrier that I've got there, which basically it's a cargo carrier that can hold, I think, 700 pounds. So it can hold this easy, plus gas can, generator, other things, as well as the ramp. So let's see if it starts up. I said it was reliable. Let's see if it is. Might need the choke because it's about 40, in the 40s, so it's pretty cool out right now. Like I said, if there's a problem, you can easily pull it apart if you had to and rebuild it or replace things. It is kickstart, so when I've had problems where the battery's dead, I just can push start it and get it going that way as well. So this is, I think, a good example of what you want behind your van or RV or bus or whatever you're driving. I'm not going to say perfect, because then that's subjective and other people might have other ideas, whatever fancies them. So I hope this helps, and hope that you're having a good adventure with your RV or van or whatever you're driving, and that you can find a good vehicle, something that's reliable, and that you enjoy driving when you're away from your vehicle. So take care and enjoy your adventures.